Lions fans, let's have some fun with this. This isn't exactly the move we thought the team would make or should make, but it's an idea we just can't shake off, and we wanted to share it with you. If you're as passionate about the Lions as I am, you can't miss out. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to stay updated on all things Lions, from rumors to in-depth analysis. We're all fans here, and together we'll follow every step on the path to success. Don't miss out on being part of this amazing community. Recently, during our weekly mailbag, a Lions fan asked an intriguing question. Would you trade Hendon Hooker and a third-round pick for Bryce Young? At the time, we said no, keeping Hooker was the safer route for now. But that doesn't mean the idea of a third quarterback is a bad one. The Carolina Panthers might be on the verge of making a huge mistake by trading Young, and the thought of having a 23-year-old QB developing on the Lions bench doesn't sound so bad. Someone's got to take advantage of the mess the Panthers are creating, so why not the Lions? Of course, any trade for Bryce Young comes with risks. If the Panthers think they can get huge value after benching him, they're dreaming. The most likely outcome is compensation similar to what the 49ers got for Trey Lance, a fourth-round pick. But let's spice things up a bit. What else could the Lions want from the Panthers beside Bryce Young? Here's the only offer the Lions should consider to bring Young to Detroit. Lions receive * Bryce Young, Xavier Legette, and a 2025 fourth-round pick. Panthers receive * 2025 second-round pick and a 2026 fifth-round pick. Simple, right? The Lions give up a high pick, but in return get a young QB who could be the future of the franchise, especially once Jared Goff eventually retires or slows down. Plus, they land the Dream X receiver they've been eyeing. Tim Patrick is a solid option, but at 31, he's not a long-term solution. With this deal, the Lions get a wide receiver they were clearly very interested in during the draft. Xavier Legette was one of the few players the Lions formally met with at the Combine, attended his pro day, and even brought him in for a top 30 visit. If Tryon Arnold hadn't fallen in the draft, forcing the Lions to trade up to pick 24, Legette might have been their pick at 29. And with the risks the Lions take in this trade, they also get an extra fourth-round pick, likely one of the first of that round, which they could potentially use to trade up in the draft. For the Panthers, who are in full rebuild mode, a second-round pick would be a huge help. And honestly, this is probably the best deal they could get. They won't get more than that. If the Lions don't make this deal, they should move on. But if they can pull it off, it's go time. Think about the potential impact this trade could have on the Lions' future. Bryce Young was a first-round pick, and while he's struggled so far, he still has tons of potential. With the right development, and without the pressure to start right away, he could evolve into the quarterback many thought he'd be. Jared Goff is doing a great job, but we all know how unpredictable the NFL can be. Injuries or a sudden drop in performance can change everything, and having someone like Young waiting in the wings would give the Lions solid insurance. And what about Xavier Legette? He could be exactly what the team needs to boost the receiving core. Over time, Legette could develop into a reliable deep threat, someone the Lions can count on for explosive plays. His ability to stretch the field would create space for an even more dynamic offense. Picture an offense led by Goff, with Legette and Amon-Ra St. Brown working together to disrupt opposing defenses. The future looks bright. Of course, this trade isn't guaranteed. The Panthers might be hesitant to give up on Young so soon, but if they're willing to listen to offers, the Lions should be ready to act. Plus, the idea of landing a young quarterback and a promising receiver, along with an extra draft pick, puts Detroit in a strong position for the future. This move could be a long-term play that keeps the Lions competitive for years, with young talent ready to step up when the time is right. And if none of this happens, no worries. The Lions already have a solid team and a good plan with Jared Goff and Hendon Hooker in the mix. But if the opportunity arises, this trade could be one of those pivotal moments that takes the franchise to the next level. So, Lions fans, what do you think? Would this be the right move for the team, or are we dreaming too big? Stay tuned for more updates. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button so you never miss any news about our Detroit Lions. As a Lions fan, I admit this idea gets me pretty excited. While Bryce Young has had a rough start in the NFL, his talent and potential are undeniable. Imagining a future where he can develop calmly, without the pressure to start immediately, makes a lot of sense. Jared Goff is playing great right now, but the future is always uncertain in the NFL. Having a young guy like Young on the bench, ready to take over when Goff steps aside, would be a smart move. And we can't forget the impact Xavier Leggett could have on the offense. He's young, explosive, and has the profile of a wide receiver who can stretch the field and create space for other talents like a Monterey St. Brown. With Leggett on the team, the Lions would have a young, dynamic receiving duo that could boost the team's chances of long-term success. There are risks with any trade, but if the price is fair, like in this scenario, it's worth considering. The Panthers are rebuilding, and this would be a chance for the Lions to capitalize on that and come out on top. If it works out, Detroit could secure a solid future both on offense and in the depth chart.